Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a keto flatbread using almond flour. This can be a tortilla for your tacos or it can be a naan for you to eat with your favorite keto curry. Now I've already done a version of this using coconut flour and that video has crossed 1 million views. So thank you all for watching that, and if by some chance you haven't seen that video, click here on the I button and watch that. And that's not all. My dad is going to be joining me later to taste test this keto flatbread. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking. To make the dough for our flatbread, we're going to add half a cup or 60 grams of almond flour, 2 tablespoons or 10 grams of psyllium husk, half teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and finally some water. And then give it all a good mix. And immediately I realized that I should have only added half of the water because my dough was quite wet. In fact, it was more like a batter. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating, but remember folks, you can always add more water but you can't remove it. So to save the day, I added 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk, which sucked up all the water and helped the dough come together. And don't worry, on the website www.headbangerskitchen.com, I'll make sure that I have the proper recipe up with the exact amount of water that you will need. But if you ever find yourself with a wet dough, just add more psyllium husk. Anyway, once it's all mixed, you should have the dough for your flatbread ready. Now I'm going to take my scale and I'm going to weigh the dough and divide that by the number 4, which will give me 4 equal sized tortillas or naans or flatbreads. Now these will be relatively small in size, so if you want a larger flatbread, then you divide the dough into 2 pieces rather than 4. Anyway, once you've got your dough balls ready, it's time to roll them out. Now for that, we are going to need some parchment paper, otherwise your dough will stick to the rolling pin and to your cutting board. So place the dough on the parchment paper and then place another parchment paper on top of the dough, and then using your rolling pin, roll out your flatbread. You can also use your hand and press down and flatten it, and my first flatbread was an absolute disaster. It was completely misshapen. So I decided to redo it. So I got to work, and with focus and dedication and 110% concentration, I managed to roll out a decent looking flatbread. It was actually round. Just look at it. Now to cook the flatbread, I got my non-stick pan on the stove and I heated up some butter. Once that butter was melted, I put my flatbread on the pan and then I just let it cook on a medium flame. Now all you gotta do is just let this cook. It may take a bit of time, maybe 3 to 4 minutes even. And once it's done on one side, just flip it over and you should have a beautiful golden brown color on it. Oh yeah, just look at that. It looks perfect. Anyway, let it cook on side number 2. After which I will flip it over one more time to check that the second side is also nice and golden brown. And well, since this one is cooked to that beautiful golden brown color, it's done and I'm going to set it aside. Now I decided to roll out another flatbread. So I got my parchment paper, I put my dough on it, and then instead of using the rolling pin, I just got a frying pan with a flat bottom and pressed down on the dough with the pan, and I put a bit of pressure with my hands, and damn son, I got a perfectly round flatbread. I guess this kind of works like a tortilla press, so if you have one of those, you can use that as well. But this is pretty impressive if you ask me. I don't think I'll ever roll out a flatbread again with a rolling pin. I'll just use this method. To cook this, I melted some butter in a pan once again, and then I put the flatbread on it, and then I watched that butter sizzle and cook the flatbread. Then before I was going to flip it, I decided to dab some butter on the uncooked side, just to give it a nice buttery taste. But after I gave it a good dabbing, I flipped it over. And then just let it cook on the second side, and when it had reached golden brown perfection, I removed it from the pan. Now, using my newly found skills to make these tortillas, I used my frying pan and smashed out another perfectly rolled flatbread. Now, to this flatbread, I decided to throw on some nigella seeds, which I do believe are also called black onion seeds, and I thought this would make it taste pretty interesting. Truth be told, I thought I was putting sesame seeds on this till I tasted them and realized they were nigella seeds. So you can also use sesame seeds if you like. Anyway, I heated some butter in the pan and I followed the same step-by-step process. Put your flatbread in, let it cook, flip it over, golden brown, and when it's done you remove it and set it aside. I don't know why I'm singing it like this, but you guys get the idea. Cook it, flip it and remove it. Now I decided to make some garlic butter for my flatbreads. So I took 2 garlic cloves and I smashed them with the side of my knife, which makes it easier to peel. And then I used my garlic press to mince the garlic and I put that into a bowl. Now you can just chop the garlic as well, but trust me, I feel this has a better end result. Anyway, I added some butter to that bowl and then I microwaved it for 30 seconds. And then I had this gorgeous melted garlic butter, which I gave a good mix with a teeny tiny spoon. And trust me guys, my whole kitchen was smelling of garlic butter. Then I roughly tore some cilantro or coriander and added it to the butter. And I had a delicious garlic butter ready to go on my keto flatbreads. Now I wanted to take my flatbread to the next level, so I decided to kiss it with fire. And for that, I'm using something called a papad jali, which I will link below in the video description box in case you want to buy one for yourself. So anyway, place it on the stove and then put your flatbread on that for a few seconds, flip it so it gets a nice char on it like you would get in a tandoor. So this is perfect if you want this to be like a naan that you eat with your curry. And that looks so good. Just look at those char marks on it, those black marks. That is just flavor. Anyway, once your flatbread has been kissed enough, get it off the flame. And now to finish it, you just want to brush that naan with your garlic butter mixture. And you're going to be hit with the smell of that fresh garlic and butter hitting the hot naan. It's an intoxicating aroma. I mean, if someone bottled this and sold it as a perfume, I'd wear it for sure. Imagine garlic butter perfume. Oh, and that's it folks, your keto flatbreads are ready. Whether you use it as a tortilla for your tacos or as a plain naan to eat with your curry or even as a garlic butter naan, that looks pretty damn good if you ask me. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste. Alright folks, so it's time to taste our almond flour flatbread and we've got 2 of them here. One of them is that garlic butter version, which I call the Keto Naan, and the other one is a regular one with a piece of meat in it. So this is going to be how you would use it as a tortilla to make your taco. So Dad, are you ready to dig in?
Absolutely guys, back again to do what I love doing the most.
You can smell that garlic butter.
But I'm going to first taste the one without the meat. Let's not take away anything from the real deal.
I mean, I don't think it gets better than this for keto at least. Like, if you've enjoyed my keto coconut naan, you will enjoy this as well. Without the coconut taste actually.
I agree. It's not bad, but with something it could be great. Like the next one with that piece of meat.
Yeah, so I roll it a bit like a taco and then dig in. Yeah. That's pretty good.
It brings it together beautifully.
And full disclosure, I mean, I've eaten this before with an actual curry. Like, we tasted it 2 days ago when I was experimenting and perfecting the recipe. And trust me, with one of your favorite keto mutton curries or chicken curries, in fact, click here on the I button and check out my curry playlist and make this naan to go with that. Or use it as a taco.
For all the guys who want to stay in the keto space, I think that works at every level. When you add something to it like a piece of chicken, a piece of lamb, a little curry, you can't tell it's keto.
It's the perfect vehicle for pretty much your curries and your meats and whatever you want to basically do with it. In fact, let me know in the comments how you are going to use this recipe, and do you approve of this?
Yes, I do. I'm eating it after a full-fledged lunch and dessert, and I'm back to eating food.
Good, because we got 6 more and that's going to be our dinner tomorrow. Anyway, till the next episode, cheers and keep cooking, guys.
See you guys soon.
Hey folks, if you enjoyed the video, do smash that like button, and if you are a subscriber of Headbangers Kitchen, make sure you hit the bell icon so you get a notification when I upload a new video. Anyway, till the next episode, keep watching more Headbangers Kitchen videos.